Joe Ǎbǔsěd, yabemo bibia kwaba shronkoso aba number 1 political channel POG Media shumesho se afei ena se waba obe like na subscribe na afin so tima share dwumadi no ama foforo so nsa atume aka and please kindly click on the notification bell so ama brand no any political update be the channel ni so bia no onsa atume aka na wahwe na afin so asanso atwe wadwene afei yembonra yensem nim ne mfa ensem dodo na embrew lawyer Martin Pebu Ǎbǔsěd wadin semi aba to the watch say former chief justices make us former chief justices me patchere Gertrude Araba tokono na chese mami ayefe ono so fire Akuffo according to lawyer Martin Pebu no chese that two women omo abuse omo offices time omo serve as chief justice no ye woni omo boni bi wo ho a omo ye ya e wo se Ghana yetimi hwe se dan kofo dan ma mienu we ana dan ma mefo mienu we yetimi jelium esan se boni a enkrofo we edi e wo judicial ho no enam so ema ebimu hwere omo ade hye ebinu mu wui me no wo kase ebimu ho dan ebimu dan dam e won sawo mu prisoner yenya ma omo bail entinipa e ya de boni se ya wo se ye mambra no enu ni dia according to lawyer Martin Pebu no oche say that two chief justices meka mame Gertrude Araba tokono NHS so fire Akuffo according to Martin Pebu no oche say yan prosecute omo ni enjeli omo esan say bone no mo adi no bone ne so Ǎbǔsěd me waste time kan mo me enko ne enkotie Martin Pebu nsema odeba bedom ye nansa na ebeko no nya like dwumadi na me sure so be like share ma for from sensa entumi enkebi medamase.
Point is, okay, assuming that we trust that the Chief Justice of the land was speaking the truth and therefore she made a mistake. Question, who should have caught that mistake? Because you don't just get up and go and take money. She requisitioned it, somebody approved it, somebody paid it, and then she took it and applied it. So my question is, who should have caught that? Because there's a whole system of accounting. And I'm saying, if nobody caught it, this is what auditors are there for. And in many examples, when you find these kinds of errors and mistakes, you have a management letter, etc. It is established, and the normal thing that is done, okay, except where the person had a mens rea to steal money and she stole it, the normal thing that is done is says, hey, please, this thing was a mistake, you shouldn't have done it, the whole system failed, and that is why this money has gone. Why don't we hear Public Accounts Committee? And then you ask the person to pay back, even with penalties, all well and good. I'm saying that office should not go down on some of these things which are non-core to a judge, especially the Chief Justice.
Well, so on this, because you see, okay, the point that, in fact, it follows on the position that the former Chief Justice took about the government of the issue, how grave this is, and the fact that it is not enough to warrant the decision to remove a Chief Justice. Yes, there's a clear establishment of what Mr. Bento describes as a mistake. Who bears the burden of that? And if we were to use any other means to settle this, would it have served a good example for the judiciary in this instance? Is it a fair treatment as has been dealt the now former Chief Justice? Counsel.
Oh, absolutely. It's a fair treatment, all right? Look, let's start this way. Even before we go, 2 quick comments. I've seen a story on City News that says that Ochiribefi says he will not contest. So I believe that with City News being quite a credible station, it means that Ochiribefi will not contest the next election. So that's good, all right? Then number 2, so to start this one, Mr. Okansi, as we speak, and you know, earlier on in the week, I did an interview on this matter. It's on YouTube, okay? True. When I answered C0rrupt Akuffo, our beloved C0rrupt Akuffo, yes, Antoa. Please, people are still going to jail for stealing chicken, plantain, cocoyam, goats, etc. Article 17 says that we are all citizens, equality before the law. Let me tell you, this matters that we've been trying to be polite, right? By not calling what the ex-Chief Justice did by its proper names. We've been trying, we've been polite, but the more you get the way Kofi is going, then the more we are tempted to actually call those infractions by their names. Abuse of office. That's corruption, please.
Abuse.
Please. No, let's stop. Let's stop this. It's not good because, look, I thought that is very clear. Because of what Justice Tokonu is done, she served the country. I mean, you see, we always have to read the mood of the nation. What did you show? 337,000 for per diems and what? For per diems. Look at the audit report. What did he say? The daughter got $10,000. 10,000, Kofi. Who appointed Tokonu's daughter to take $10,000? You know how my even today $10,000 is 105,000. I can tell you, check Ghana Statistical Service. Millions of our citizens, not even thousands, so millions of our citizens don't earn $10,000 in 12 months. $10,000. So if you bring it to Ghana, it's 105,000. Please, can we divide 105,000 by 12 months? You see.
You asked me who appointed her. Who paid that money to her?
The accountant. Who asked her
with
to
what
take
authorization did that accountant pay that money?
Of course, with the Chief Justice authorization. What are you talking about? Please stop playing ostrich. You think the accountant can tell Chief Justice that I'm not paying you? Exactly.
So if you're an accountant, if you're an accountant and the Chief Justice comes, you ask me a question. That's why I came.
Yes, the more you do this,
so you make your presentation.
Okay, the more you do this, then the more it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
No,
105,000 Ghana cedis divided by 12. Then you see the gravity of millions of our citizens don't get that. They get up and go to work 21 to 22 working days a month. The people sweeping, the Zoom Lion sweepers, all right, the security men, so many farmers, lots of people don't get $10,000 a year. That's just one trip. Then the husband also got $6,000. Look at the ticket. We spent about $100,000 on the Edem Amiga, this Tokonu, the lady, the daughter, spent on the husband. Please, let's not trivialize these matters. And that's how come when Justice Akuffo said we are trivializing the office, I said, oh, my beloved Yasantua, did you really say this? Because when you say trivialities, money that a lot of our citizens don't see in a year, okay, 105,000, that's even just one trip, 105,000, that's a one trip. I've not added the husband soon, now I'm ready, 105,000 divided by 12. Okay, you get 8,750 a month. Check, even Ghana Statistical Service, check. The last time they did somebody can Google it, even civil service, when you go in there, it's only they said over about 90% of our citizens don't earn 8,000 a month. Please, Kofi, look at it.
Hey, you keep calling me.
Yes, I want to invite you. The money is gone.
Martin, that's what
you said it's not significant.
The issue of whether people are making... Look, do you know the kinds of money our leaders spend on tea?
Excellent. So that's the question.
The issue is not that it's 8,000 a month. The issue is...
We're going to get... I think that point you made...
So I'm not coming to that point. And that is where we are making the mistake. We all know. Look, this morning I referenced the Cecilia Dapa cash. Okay? Mustafa Hamid is gone away with 200, he and his bunch.
Please, it's an allegation.
Oh, yes, so I'm free to mention it. If he says it's false, he should bring his evidence. 280 million Ghana cedis. The Mustafa Hamid corruption case. 280 million.
The allegation.
Yes. No, it's in court.
Okay, yes.
Yes, it's in court. So I believe it. I believe what the OSP is. So I'm entitled to say so.
Right.
Listen, let's make that distinction. I haven't said he's guilty. I'm saying from the facts, money is gone. As to whether it constitutes a crime or not, that's for the court. But it doesn't stop me. Yeah, Mr. Counsel, it's fine. It doesn't stop me from saying the money is gone. Counsel, it's not true. The money is gone. I can use Article 286 to say that, Mr. Fahmi, why and the Amoa and the rest, why did they take that money? Is that their monthly salary? No. Is that their fuel allowance? Is that their entertainment allowance? It is not. So once that money is gone, I can comment on it. I have not said they are guilty of a crime. So, Kofi, yes, we are all bemoaning it. That, look, yes, it's good because that will make the argument stronger. We all know that, look, when ministers travel, you hear unaccountable interest, etc. So I even mentioned in Tuesday's interview that, so we want us to have a full debate, Council. That so when our ministers travel, how much do they take? That thing they call unaccountable interest. How much is it? So we know that politicians are chopping our money. So if the Chief Justice also wants to chop some, use the rules. But why you don't use the, or not that we agree, but what I mean is that once you've gone and to do something and it's against the rules will apply. Look, the thing says that, I don't know what makes it rocket science. The policy, and it was there even during Yaa Asantew's time, because when she went to testify, she was asked that, when she was there, she was shown the document. It says, when you are going on a private visit, please use the state security, because there's a professional trained for that. State security, that's very clear. Justice Tokonu went on 2 private trips and didn't use the state security. One of them, she went with her daughter. The daughter made $10,000, which millions of our citizens don't make the whole year. That's one trip. The next one, she went with the husband, $6,000, right? Which also millions of our citizens don't make. So this is not trivial. Not like what our beloved Yaa Asantew's.
It's wrong. We are saying it's wrong.
Yes. So that is it. Just look. I know people are buzzing my phone with the reference to Angela Rayner, UK Deputy Prime Minister. She resigned because she failed to pay tax of about $40,000. She resigned. Yesterday, she had to resign. She had to resign. You see, so this thing that we're trying to justify, the more we do it, then it's like, okay, we are not ready for the reset agenda. No. So to be clear, the rules are there, and even when you go, you dig further, there isn't anything like Justice Tokonu is not aware. Look, when Akuffo was asked during the proceedings that she see that when a Chief Justice is appointed, there's an appointment letter, and inside that letter, there's per diem for travels, etc. It turns out that what is in the appointment letter is at variance with the policy this very policy that they set up there.
Which is very normal.
So why would it be at variance? You go into office, viewers, let's go step back this way. Yeah, and you know we are saying that the president in our next constitution should not choose Chief Justice, Supreme Court Justice, etc. We started making
you want
that
that power taken from the president?
Yes, it should be taken. Article 144 clause, let's just say 144 should go. The power of the president to appoint high court judges, court of appeal judges, Supreme Court judges. No, let's do an independent judicial council, not the type in Article 153. Specifically, I mean, over there, when you go there, you see that the president controls at least seven appointees on the Judicial Council directly. He appoints 4, appoints an Attorney General 5, the police representative 6. The police representative will listen to the president. The army representative will listen to the president because the president is the commander-in-chief. So about 7 persons on the Judicial Council are not independent. They are not independent, even some of the judges to some extent, because the judges are also appointed by the president. So the Judicial Council is not fit for purpose. So we change the Judicial Council, then we also take away the powers of the president to appoint judges in Article 144, right? So we do this, then we get more independent justices. So the point, and not just you, of course, we are making the point. So you see that there's an appointment letter, a Chief Justice is appointed, there's an appointment letter, and it mentions what are the per diems, etc. You come into office, then you set up a different policy. No, so ipso facto, we are already in the realms of illegality. If you think the president should not be giving you terms and conditions of appointment, say so, fight it. I'm not taking this letter. But you don't take the letter of appointment, then go into office and go and do something different. Because the letter of appointment is a contract. Once you accepted it, it's binding until it's been set aside. So if you go and do something else in office, it's an illegality. So in cross-examination, Yaa Asantew's was asked, do you see that the per diem stated in the letter of appointment is different from the per diem in this very policy? She says, yes. Yaa Asantew's was asked in cross-examination, when you're going on, that one, page 22, when a Chief Justice is going on a private visit, private trip, the Chief Justice must go with a security. She said yes, she agreed. So the question is that once Justice Tokonu went with her family relations on private visits, isn't it a breach? It's is clear beyond that. This is what in law we call no further inquiry. No further inquiry. The thing is as plain as white. This is open and shut. Open and shut. And yet today we are being told that there's not enough evidence has been adduced, it's not clear, etc. No. And let's shift. You see, these matters we are talking about, they didn't start today. When it comes to what constitutes stated misbehavior, look, as far back as 2006, in the Ejechum case, listen what the Supreme Court said when it comes to the transfer of the judges. It says, this data ban, and Justice Akuffo, yes, and to concurred, what I'm about to read, so for Akuffo concurred, Wood CJ concurred.
She said, even though she concurred, then she has, over time, been reflecting on that particular Frank Ejechum case, and she's seen the flaws in the position that she took. And reason why she thinks that there has to be some reforms in Article 146 specific to the process of the removal of the Chief Justice.
And because, Marty, you keep mentioning me, nobody is justifying what has happened. I have a mountain of problems with the kind of profligacy in Article 71 appointees. The kind of money they spend there for all kinds of things.
Excellent.
So I'm not justifying it.
Yes.
What I'm saying is, whichever side you are on, we need to be very sober about this. And you see what Okansi just said. I think we need an Article 296 application to 146. There must be even further clarification. You know, in other places, they call it high crimes and misdemeanors. It is intentionally left vague. High crimes are like murder. A misdemeanor could be a traffic offense. But when you come to some of these, my point is, if we don't, over time, tighten it up, then it will become a crude tool that anybody will use against their enemy. And I think we are getting there.
Oh, that one we all agree.
We are not justifying this.
Yes, we all
but I'm
agree.
saying we need to be very sober about this.
That is why we are saying that.
Because we've seen Charlotte, we've not seen this one, we will see others.
Yes, and that's why we are saying that in the new constitution, Article 144, the president's powers and Article 144 must go so that there will be a more independent judiciary. His powers under Article 153 must also go so that we get a more independent judicial council. We started making this. I joined.
You see what I wrote about that?
Yes,
I agree.
He said, so let's read a bit to show what the Supreme Court says is stated misbehavior. At page 775, this is what that bar says. I think that the plaintiff's argument on this issue is founded on the fallacy that a Chief Justice's conduct in the administration of the judiciary can never ever be construed as a stated misbehavior or incompetence within the meaning of Article 1461 of the Constitution. Other justices of the Superior Courts also have administrative responsibilities, such as the supervising High Court judge or judges representing the judiciary on the General Legal Council. I believe that it would be dangerous and not in the public interest to uphold a proposition in relation to all said judges that their administrative acts cannot ever be the substance of a charge of stated misbehavior within the meaning of Article 146. As far as the Chief Justice is concerned, I think it is reasonable to link his conduct of administrative responsibilities with his position as a judge. Then let's go on. 776, it says, justices of the Superior Courts, justices of the Superior Court are required to adhere by certain judicial ethics, which can be infringed by the conduct of a Chief Justice in the performance of his administrative acts. It is therefore unacceptable to exclude a priori all administrative acts of the Chief Justice from scrutiny, okay, as possible evidence of stated misbehavior in his capacity as a justice of the Superior Court. And you go on and on. So they went on and on and on to mention issues of bribe, etc. That if, for instance, it were established that a Chief Justice was taking bribes in exchange for transfer decisions regarding justices of the lower court, would this not be stated misconduct as part of the a justice of the Superior Court. And you go on several other this is what you call it, pages. So the Supreme Court has been very clear that once the conduct, okay, goes against our laws, it qualifies. I also agree that going forward, maybe we can categorize the conduct minor, major. We can do that going forward. But right now, the law is the law. The law is the law. We have not categorized them. The Supreme Court says
with different thresholds.
Exactly. We can do that going forward. I've written that on Facebook that we should do. If you take like CI 76, the police service regulations, you see they've outlined what is a major offense and what is a minor one. So we can do. But right now, the law is the law. And you see, Justice Tokonu knew about it. At her vetting, she said, oh, we should take away the powers of the president to be involved in this whole process. But when Justice Tokonu took office, I didn't see her invite us to any symposium to come and debate this matter. I didn't see her table any constitutional amendment. So, I mean, what can we do? So right now, we have to apply the law as it is. We cannot change the, what do you call it, the standard. And you see, but we sometimes, let's mention these things. Let's not forget, I'm not being for only this. We also know other documents that have been thrown out in public. The contract to her daughter, the Chief Justice's own office. Her daughter was the one doing decor. How? How can the Chief Justice's daughter do decor?
The treatment of that. So again, you see, we have a wider problem. My issue is that when you leave some of these things,
Bom vídeo, bitu.